Okay, good morning, good morning. Believe it or not, I survived the whole night here at Dallas Airport. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. For those of you who don't know, I was going to have a trip to Florida, which came to a surprising end here. The most surprising end because my flight with AA, American Airlines, didn't work. Okay, so I ended up here spending a whole night at Dallas Airport. They couldn't give me a connection to Florida. They couldn't give me a connection to anywhere. So I'm going back home. Good morning. Hi, Susan. Very nice to see you. Thanks for your email, by the way. Thank you very much. So anyway, so the flight ends here, and in 3 hours I'm flying back home. I actually managed it. I know now what a whole night here looks like. So it's very quiet from midnight till about 4 a.m. It's very quiet. Then the TSA comes slowly, and then we get going. Hi, Osprey Mama. Oh no, that's not Osprey. That's Cameron. Cameron is there. That's great. Wonderful. Hey, good morning. So this is what Dallas Airport looks like, and then you get woken up. Well, I didn't sleep, but Riders in the Storm. If you've ever heard this beautiful song, Riders in the Storm, it's a very beautiful song. Yeah, I was surprised to hear it at Dallas Airport. I didn't expect that. Does anybody know who wrote Riders in the Storm? Let's see if you know. Haha. Going to give you a morning challenge. Who wrote that song, Riders in the Storm? The Doors, absolutely. That is correct. That is correct. The beautiful Doors wrote it. So anyway, so I've been doing lots of thinking at night, which was very useful, and I'm actually very calm, so I'm going to go back home, and I'm going to focus on the lunar eclipse to find a place. I was even looking at flights to Phoenix, Arizona. Jim Morrison, exactly, that's right. That's right, so sorry, yes. I bet, yeah. Well, I've got a lot of humor, and I'm in a very good mood because that's life. And you have to go on, and you have to make a new plan. So my plan now is to broadcast the lunar eclipse. Oh, sorry, they're just going to talk. I'm at the airport. Just hang on. Wait. Okay. Now they stopped. Anyway, so my next plan now is to find a suitable place for the lunar eclipse. Now, if you look at the map of North America, you'll be surprised how many clouds there are. Florida, for example, doesn't look good for Sunday at all. Even Phoenix, Arizona didn't look good. It's a stupid shutdown. Well, I was watching the TSA, by the way. They are so diligent. I was amazed. They come there without pay, and they're doing their job. It's quite amazing, right? So, wow, I can only say wow. Major winter storms, exactly. Tree climbing, nice to see you, that's exactly right. So, there's a major winter storm, I think, covering nearly the whole of North America. Coming to Florida now, the East Coast, you're absolutely right. And I looked even at Phoenix, Arizona, because I found a cheap flight to Phoenix, and I was wondering, should I take a flight from Vancouver to Phoenix, because that's the desert, right? But it looked cloudy there. Tucson looks a bit better. If anybody lives in Phoenix or so, or in Tucson, please let me know what your thoughts are on the weather forecast. I really need to know. If you want to do something for me, give me advice of where there are places in the U.S. that are not too far away, that I can manage to go, hopefully not too expensive, and fly in on Saturday to give a broadcast on the lunar eclipse, which I intended to do originally, and which seems to be rather difficult at the moment. If not, I'm going to look at, I've already contacted two meteorologists in Canada and asked them for some advice. Right, that's for Sunday, a Sunday evening, that's exactly right. Sunday evening is the lunar eclipse, that's the critical part. That's what we're looking at, exactly. So it's still a long forecast, but sorry, just wait a second. Camouflage, whatever. Okay, we just have to listen to this. But anyway, if anybody knows lives in, oh gosh, unavoidable.
Phone, please return to security checkpoint 835 to reclaim.
Okay. Anyway, so if anybody lives in Arizona, let me know what the weather forecast is, because I'm really curious. I don't understand the forecast completely for Sunday, but those of you who have more experience will understand the forecast much better than I do. That's one possibility to go there. The other one is, of course, to look in British Columbia and drive to the Okanagan. But it doesn't look too good there either. So that's at the moment what I'm what I'm looking at. Okay. So that's something to think about. Then I did watch Southwest Florida Eagle Nest at night. I was watching it nearly all night, doing other things, but I was watching. It was very peaceful there, beautifully peaceful. So I watched E12 and E13, having a wonderful night there, along with 800 other people who I don't believe were watching all the time like I was. So it was quite amusing. Anyway, okay. So that's just a quick update. I'm going to go home in about 3 hours or so. They are so cute. Yes, they are. But I don't think anybody was watching as much as I do, at least not last night. So now it's quite busy at the airport again. So I'm going to go back now. And I had a wonderful breakfast, by the way, at Fridays, because it just happens to be Friday too. So anyway, I wish you a wonderful day. So that's my Friday broadcast, and then I'll see what I can do for the lunar eclipse. I have a link, by the way. If you want to see the lunar eclipse, I have a link, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep my promise for the broadcast. Okay, so sorry I had such a trip. Well, Susan, that's part of life, right? It's you got to get on, and you have to focus on the positive. That's always the same. It's very important. Let me just sit down a bit. I walked enough now, so that's better. I think it's just important to focus on the positive sides of life. Okay, well, those of you who've joined, thank you very much for joining me. I won't keep you any longer, so I'll be flying home in about, what is it?
May I have your
3 hours.
Please?
3 hours.
Would
Yes.
the passenger who left the Leopold Oculars please return to security checkpoint 821 to reclaim?
Flying, yeah, I didn't know flying to Florida would be so complicated. I thought it would be much easier than flying to Brazil or so, but I've changed my mind. It is. Anyway, so I'm full of optimism, and thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And if, again, my question is open, put a comment underneath. Anybody who knows, who lives in Arizona, who has a good feeling for the weather for Sunday evening, that would be great. That would be very useful. It's always overbooked, yes, I know. Have a safe trip. Thank you, Susie, that is great. Nice to see you, by the way, very nice. Okay, so I'll get going, and yeah, by the way, I had a very healthy breakfast this morning, oatmeal. Very nice oatmeal they made here. So it's not too bad, actually. It's all fine. So yeah, I can't wait to get home now, because this has been a rather crazy trip, 24 hours. And yeah, I got lots to do now. I have to reconfigure and I have to find a place to do the broadcast, and that's going to be quite a challenge. So I'm going to be busy in the next 2 days trying to organize that. Hopefully I can drive there. We'll see. Hi, Kathy. I find out about Sunday. Yeah, friend, weather channel 4 area, channel 15. Yes, Kathy, if you know anything, you know, it's very complicated at the moment. Hi, Susie Q. That's nice to see you. Wonderful. 1,448 people watching. You know what? They don't really watch. They just have their thing on. I've noticed that. A lot of them just have it running. Right? Osprey Mama. Hi from Dallas. I'm up before you. Can you believe it? I'm up before you. I went to bed after you and I got up before you, which means I never went to bed. Isn't that funny? Isn't that just funny? But I had a wonderful oatmeal anyway. Very nice you're there too. It's very nice to see you all, by the way. So those of you who didn't join me last night, you can see my sense of humor is still there after a whole night. No way, been up since 4 a.m. Oh, you have, yeah, you have. I've been up since 24 hours. I don't remember anymore. But anyway, but it's all fine. It's all fine. So yeah, I'm just curious to hear what the weather is like, and that's the main thing that I'm focused now on is just the weather. As I said, what? Florida's out of reach. Yes, it is completely out of reach, right? Hi, Heather. Oh, Christian, they don't know thousands of counting. Yes. Oh, you're very welcome. It's an absolute pleasure, and it's also really an honor to do these things. And I feel very honored that you have the patience to listen to me. I really do. so I really appreciate that. But yeah, what else is there to say? Not much. I'm a little bit tired, I guess. I must be honest, I'm a bit tired. So I think in the plane I'm going to completely collapse. I'm just trying to keep awake now so that I make my flight. I don't know, how tired do I really look? You look good, thank you. Now, isn't that a lovely compliment? I know it's a lie, but it's a compliment. It's so nice, anyway. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Okay. Well, anyway, have a come back, Christine. I will. I promise I will. I will come back, and I want to make it to Florida. I just didn't know that the trip to Florida would be so complex. You know, it was so funny when I was sitting in the plane. I was thinking, you know what? I had a lot of points, and on American Airlines, and then I put some extra money so I would fly in business class. I could really make this trip work, right? So I was so sure this would work. And even when we were late, I wasn't worried because I thought, well, Dallas, Orlando, that is a very common connection. So is Miami, so is everything else, and American Airlines. Isn't Dallas the hub? It's all gonna work. I don't care. And I ran like crazy from that, and I overtook everyone.
May I have your attention, please?
And then,
would the passenger who left a set of keys please return to security checkpoint?
Oh, sorry, just 1 second.
To reclaim.
I can't believe, yeah, and you know, Osprey Mama, what happened, this is exactly what Susan North wrote to me, actually, is exactly that. I came to the gate, and they had given my seat away. That was the main reason why I could not board. It's not because the plane hadn't left.
May I have your attention,
it's because
please?
they gave my seat away. That's first class. First class, okay? So, wow. I was shocked. I didn't know airlines could do something like that, because they could see I was coming, and I thought they would, at least if you pay more than others, give you some preference. You have zero preference. So I learned my lesson today. I'll be watching for your stream. Yeah. Oh, Wobbies, that's great. Yes, do look at the link. Yes. So, yes, I wanted to go to Orlando. Anyway, there was no connection the whole weekend. It's a long weekend, so there was no connection to Orlando, none to Miami, none to Fort Myers, and all other maybe some tiny airports that I've never heard of. And I couldn't do that now. And but anyway.
May I have your attention, please? Would the passenger who left a set of keys please return to security checkpoint 812 to reclaim?
So all that was left was a standby from Miami, and that's completely unacceptable for me. I can't sit here all day waiting for a standby from Miami and then hanging in the air. So I made a decision to go back, right? So I'm flying back now. That's the only sensible decision that I can make, right? Are you by Southwest Airlines? No, it's American Airlines. AA, that's the hub here. And the funny thing was, it was all an AA connection, right? So you would assume that they can take care of us, but they didn't. Orlando, yeah, has Disney World. Yeah, and that's crazy, yes. But it's the whole of Florida at the moment, by the way. It's not only Orlando. I couldn't get a flight to anywhere in Florida. I would have taken one to Fort Myers. I would have taken one to Jacksonville. I don't care, wherever. Just get me there. But that wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. Christian, we have a beautiful sunrise. Oh, nice. Well, enjoy that. That is wonderful. Tampa didn't work either. Tampa didn't work. Yeah. Is there a Southwest Airlines? I don't know, but you know.
May I have your attention, please? Would the passenger who left a set of keys please return to security checkpoint 812 to reclaim?
This is the problem with security. There are always people who forget things. And I understand that. You know why? Because people get stressed at security. That's why they forget things. That's so sad, yeah. Well, you know, it's okay. I'm happy. I'm going to go on from there. I was thinking all night long of how I can make the best out of it. Susie, what are you saying? Have you gone through connecting through another city of Florida? Yes, but all that is not possible.
May I have your attention, please? Would the passenger who left an iPhone please return to security checkpoint 835 to reclaim?
Wow, a lot of things being left at security. They're giving more warnings than. Oh, that must be. It is so stressful going through security. I don't blame these people. You know, they go there early in the morning and they. You love my optimism. I am like that. I can't help it. The point to fly. Yeah. Well, they're going to give me a full refund. I didn't come here to get a refund. You know, I didn't either. But I know now what Dallas. Fort Worth is a very nice airport, by the way, at night. It's quite okay. I found a place where you can drink coffee all night. I was the only customer all night. So that was fine. That was fun. Probably, so weather storms, yes. Yeah, you know, Osprey Mama, I think probably the weather forecast in your area wouldn't be so great either in Florida. You're probably in the Northeast Florida region. You know, the weather forecast isn't very good there either. That's at least what I can tell. It's just at the moment really crazy. That's my question about Phoenix, Arizona. That I thought, well, that's probably usually good. Tucson and so on. But that's the only part in the States that I can think of at the moment that is not too far away from Vancouver and has good predictions, right? We're forecasted to get up to a foot of snow. Oh gosh, where are you, Laura? Lori, oh sorry. Oh my goodness, what are they doing now? They're leaving everything at security. Yeah, sorry, Lori? Was it Lori or Laura? I couldn't see that. Ah, Iowa. Oh, you're in Iowa. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. That's so cold. Yeah. Well, I have one plan. I have a plan B or C, and that's to take my car on Saturday and risk driving across the Coquihalla, which is quite a snowy area, right? And try and get to an area in Canada that has probably the best forecast. It's called Merit. That's what I'm looking at the moment. But I would prefer to fly to Arizona, honestly.
May I have your attention, please? Would the passenger who left a Leopold Oculars please return to security checkpoint 821 to reclaim?
Now you hear how many people forget things at security. They're talking all the time. Did you know that? Well, now you do. Oh my goodness, it must be so stressful. Anyway, the Decorah nest, yes. Oh, they have snow, right? Christian, they have a flight to Orlando from, yeah, on Southwest. But you know, honestly, it's too. I now have my return flight, and I just don't think I can make it this weekend because I just called off the hotels and I called off my rental car, and it was a hell of a thing trying to. I wrote letters to them begging them to please refund this because, you know, writing very kind letters, explaining what I've done and so on. So I spent a lot of time writing these letters. So at the moment, I don't know what to do, you know. So I think the best is just to go home. Seriously, it is. Going to work. Okay, Susie, go to work. That's fine. That's fine. So, you know, honestly, it's the best to go home now. I really believe it is. You know, you have to let go of things and not press too much. I think it's the best thing now. I think the trip is just not meant to be, and I'm prepared to accept that. Okay, and I'll get some rest. I think it's better that way. Okay, yeah, it is, Kathy, it is, and it's very kind that you're thinking of me. And it's very kind that you're making these suggestions. I really appreciate that. I really do. but the organization from the airport and all that is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's getting just too tight. Okay, now they're speaking too much. Well, it's getting really busy here, as you can see. It's busy. I don't even know, my watch broke. I think it's 6:30 or something like that. Anyway, I've talked long enough now, 20 minutes already. Did you get coffee? Yes, Osprey Mama, I drank coffee all night. I drank first a huge latte and then a huge cappuccino, and then I had my oatmeal this morning. Good morning, Crystal. Tiger Lily 999. Thank you for that very kind comment, by the way, from last night. So you did. You are the one who joined last night, or saw the replay, and you saw me good this morning. Again, now of course I can't go because I also want to greet you and so on. Hi, Susan North. Susan North is going. Okay, that's fine. Well, thank you very much for your kind notes. I really appreciate that and all your support. So anyway. Yes, that's you. I know. I do remember the comments very well. And I do try to do everything I can to respond to every single comment. That's really what I try and do. So I do remember you all, and I do respond to all the comments. I really do. So I think that's one of the big improvements I've made on my channel, to really answer to everyone. And it's wonderful that I can actually manage it. I'm very proud of that, by the way. So. Yeah, well, anyway, so I probably won't do a broadcast Friday afternoon. It's just too much, right? And I don't have much to say at the moment. So watching on Sunday, yeah. If you look at my eclipse, oh, that's so kind. I will love it. Yes, thank you. So I'm really going to do my best to give you a wonderful broadcast that I so prepared. Okay, it's amazing what you. Well, it's you know. I just so enjoy doing it. I'll have a safe flight. I will. Thank you so much. Okay, and you're all very, very kind. Okay, so sorry. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, I will write. John Patrick Jones. Yeah, write about that. As I said, any meteorologist, any advice you can give, but it has to be within the next. Well, hopefully today, because I have to make up my mind tonight, latest, what I'm going to do. I have to take certain risks, and that's fine. It's part of it. So, anyway, fingers crossed. Have a wonderful day, and yeah. Well, thanks for joining. And Arizona, that's right. That's yeah. It was Arizona. That's right. Hang on. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, and have a wonderful day, a wonderful Friday, and I'll probably see you Sunday. Yeah. See you Sunday. I'm going to get some rest. Okay. Take care. Fine. Bye.